What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Punch Club. My name is Splattercat, and I was trying to decide what I wanted. You know, I've never maxed out these upgrades before, so in all honesty, I don't know how much fame you get for doing it. I know I did like the first one during the stream where I beat the game, and it only gave you like 10 fame a day or something like that, which actually does add up if your game ends up taking a while, but I had no idea, so who knows? Maybe we should do it. Let's do one. So we get $50 and 10 of those a day. How much do these increase it by? It actually does not look like it increases it that much. So you got to go at least in on like 2 levels. And then from there, you got to go like to the... see? That's where we got to show off. That's what we're doing right now. We're just showboating nonstop. Interesting. I got to spend $500 to party. That's a little... I may have made a stupid mistake right here. I may have made a mistake. Let's all come together and realize I probably made a mistake right here. It's going to be 5 days before we can do anything, but at least we're earning $100 a day. That's a living wage. That's all right. $100 a day isn't terrible. That's $3 grand a month. Once again, balanced by the fact that we live in a world where buying energy drinks is $15. But still, $3,000, that's better money than I was making at Best Buy, I'll tell you that much. I mean, hey, sometimes you just got to come out there and be honest. I wasn't making $3 grand a month at Best Buy, that's for sure. So, and that was probably one of my favorite jobs I ever had. So, $3 grand a month sounds pretty good to me. That's definitely, I'd take it. I'd take it. I guess it also depends if you get paid like well, it doesn't really matter. Never mind. Never mind. Mathematics are challenging for me, and then I get upset when I don't understand things. Let's jump a Ropa for a little while. So our plans for right now, mostly to ride out days and just get free fame for doing stuff. It's looking like for our character, running movies is not going to work. Because there's no way for us to raise our stats any higher. Our stats are basically capped right now. Like, yes, we are going to hit 20 agility, but our chances of hitting 21 agility or anything better than that are pretty ridiculously slim. It's going to be difficult. And at this point in the game, one stat point is not going to make all the difference in the world anyways. It's usually clusters of like 4 to 5 stat points that make a difference. And so since so many of the builds in the pirate movie are anti-agility, it's going to be really, really tough for us to finish that film without a ridiculous amount of luck on our side. Now, there are still skills that we can buy. There are still occasional skills that we will have access to throughout the course of our adventure. And in fact, I guess I could go to Silver's gym to get extra skill points and train there too, instead of just filming movies all the time. We have 1 strength right now. I should probably push that up a little bit. Like, I think 3 was like our sweet spot. 4 was where it started to get a little bit outlandish with the costs. Maybe we'll hit a tire for a while or something. I don't know. There's nothing that works agility and strength as far as I know. Like, I think they did a pretty good job, the developers, keeping those mutually exclusive from one another. There's lots of machines that share stamina with other stats, but there's very few machines that generate both of those exclusively. Like, I'm having trouble thinking of one that gives you strength and agility only. Yeah, I don't know if there is a machine that only gives you strength and agility. Tough call. At least we got a little bit of money left. That's all that I would worry about. If we go broke, that's an issue. We've still got coffee with us. I'll go ahead and drink those so that I don't have to leave the house. Good, good. And then we'll go out and we'll do a grocery shopping thing in just a minute. We still got plenty of money, so it's not that bad. We might want to go seduce our girlfriend and get the girlfriend buff, maybe. I don't know. It might help, it might not. The Wing Chun will probably help us even out that 2 anyways. I may try to take that up to a 3 or a 4 and just kind of see how it affects all of our abilities. It'll more than likely make our stamina drain a lot higher, but I think we can offset that by taking another skill point or another skill slot and then adding weight to our rotation regardless of anything else that we build. And that might make us a little bit more attacky instead of being we're really, really passive. Our character is super passive by comparison to a lot of the ones that I've run. So I'm looking for ways to make us end fights a little bit quicker. It may not be possible. We may be stuck with what we're stuck with for right now. Mimic attacks is the one that I think makes the biggest difference, and we're quite a long way away from that. Got a little bit of that going in right there. I might hit the tire for a little while. Just kind of do something unique for once, or maybe do some push-ups. Yeah, you know what? Do some push-ups. I wanted to look and see. Push-ups are always a fantastic workout. Everybody should do push-ups. It actually doesn't look like it moves the meter that much, though. Maybe hitting the tire is smarter. I think hitting the tire gives you a bunch of agility. Maybe. The pips seem a little few and far between. Not gonna lie. I mean, I couldn't anyways because the meter's right there on screen. Like, what am I going to do? Be like, we're not getting much out. And at the same time, it's like filling up the entire bar. Somebody's going to be down in the comments and be like, bullshit, and call me on it like instantly. So I might as well get on board with it. In general, lying on a YouTube channel is a bad idea because somebody's going to catch your ass. Somebody's going to get out there and they're going to start validating claims and shit. And then you're going to be sitting there looking stupid, rubbing your head, just being like, well, I was trying to make more entertaining. You don't want to be that guy, do you? I don't want to be that guy. I really don't want to be that guy. Let's go to the store and buy some shit. Always take the bus. Time is actually one of your biggest limiting factors when you're at this point in the game. So always take the bus everywhere. Always fill up on energy drinks whenever you can. You can also, if you've got like a stupid amount of money, you can just train at Silver's gym and then you can drink energy drinks and get food straight from the vending machine. Wouldn't recommend that till you have $2,000, $3,000 though, because you'll still have to pop out every now and again. Actually, if we generate $200, $300 a day, we might be able to do that non-stop and just like do our thing in there. I know their workout equipment is more efficient than most of the equipment that you have in your home gym, as far as I know. I think 4 of those maybe. Alright, never mind then. I thought we would need more than that, but I guess we don't. All I want is more. How's our fame doing, by the way? Do I have enough to do another movie? All I want to do is a movie. I do not have enough to do a movie. And partying actually takes up time. So we don't really want to party yet. I think it might be a poor idea. It may not work out for us in the fashion that we think it's going to work out. Apparently, awards make us earn more money. I personally just want to get more fame for free without having to do shit. So, that always seems like the best plan to me. However, the current things that we're able to run... we gotta earn some cash. We need to earn some cash. I guess I can go a Bobo out for a little while. We can go thug. What's up, a Bobo? I'm ready to thug for you. Aw, man. My work doesn't suit me anymore? If you can't walk down the street like a gangster with a baseball bat in like a 1980s anime, what can you do? Damn it! My future in hooliganism has been destroyed by my constant attention to professionality and public life. Damn it! All I ever wanted to be was a thug. Tupac lied. It's not possible. People have to like you too. This is bullshit. Let's continue to punch this thing over here until we have higher stats and also more money. How does that sound, Nerdcastle viewer? Sounds pretty good, right? Sounds pretty awesome. Should be ready to speed bag for a little while. Get that thing going. Public life seems like the sort of thing that would be really, really obnoxious. Like, every now and again, you see those videos of, like, random celebrities just, like, losing their shit on paparazzi. And then, inevitably, there's a bunch of comments down at the bottom like, what an utterly classless human being. I'm like, bitch, please, you have no idea what it would be like to be followed all day, every day, with people taking pictures of you. You have zero privacy. Not only that, they take pictures of your family. They take pictures of your kids. They take pictures of just, like, everything that has to do with you, and then they sell them for money without giving you a cut of that money, even though they're selling your image. It's brutal, man. It didn't get to anybody. I think that's a tremendously presumptuous. That's why I like Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe doesn't take any shit, and he's unapologetic about it, too. Just headbutt a paparazzo in the face. I'm like, that's what you get. Get a real job, man. You are like human scum. Paparazzi are the worst. If you ever think about becoming a paparazzo, you might be a bad human being. You might be one of the worst human beings ever. Like, that's a sociopath level job right there. Like, you are ruining somebody's life in order to make money for yourself. It's bad juju. It's bad juju. Real bad juju. I just don't like paparazzi, in all honesty. And I hate that whole, like, e-entertainment type bullshit where they just follow people around and bother them until they get a reaction. It's just, doesn't work for me. Does not work for me. It's like, leave them alone, you know? Let them do their job. Their job is to entertain you, and they have done that to a certain level. And now you repay them for that by forcing them just to be constantly under scrutiny and shit. Sucks. Money would not make up for that because you can't buy privacy. There's always going to be that guy with the telescope and lens looking for your ass. I wouldn't even have any windows on my house. I'd have a Marilyn Manson house. Marilyn Manson, his old house, I don't know if he still lives in that house, but I watched a documentary with Marilyn Manson. His house has no windows. He said he likes it because he can sleep till like 4 and 5 in the afternoon and like entire days just disappear. He just like sleeps away entire chunks of the week because there's no sunlight that enters the house. That seems pretty attractive until, like, don't you have shit to do though? Like, Marilyn Manson seems like the kind of guy who would be really, really busy all the time. He's a pretty famous rock star. He's one of the few that made it and got to like that level of success. Like, essentially, I think that he was kind of the replacement for Ozzy and for Alice Cooper. Like, he was the next generation of shock rock peddlers. I don't know. I was never a big fan of shock rock, though. I've always felt like shock rock's biggest failure is that it fails to provide quality over it fails. I'm not gonna say quality over quantity, but it fails to provide anything other than shock value. I always feel like shock bands are always looking for like that next thing they can do just to get into the headlines rather than writing good music. I haven't actually followed Marilyn Manson in a long ass time though. He might make good music. I don't know. It never was actually. I never really liked his brand of rock. Anyways, seems like a nice human being though. All the interviews that I've seen with him, he seems like a very well-adjusted, intelligent human being, which is a nice change. Although I find that a lot of rock stars are like that, actually. A lot of rock stars are a lot more intellectual than you would think they would be. Then again, I guess endless money and the ability to just like sit around and learn shit all day when you're in your off season, that kind of gives you an advantage versus most people who actually don't have the benefit of leisure time to learn anything. As I get older and I work more and more and more, because I'm kind of like in that phase of my life right now. Kids, as you reach your like middle to late 20s, you're going to hit a phase in your life where you just find that you're working like way, way more than you used to. Like you're really sinking yourself into work because you're trying to get it while you still have the energy to do so. My mother disagrees with me on this. My mother thinks that I should just be tending to like family life and like having kids and basically doing all those things that the older generation did. My dad, on the other hand, who started his own business from scratch and has been doing it now for like 40 or 50 years, my dad thinks that I'm doing the right thing by working way, way, way too much because he's like, by the time you're 40, you're not going to have the energy to work anymore like you're working right now. So you got to put in the groundwork while you're young and you still have the energy. Because I can tell you, son, this is my dad speaking, you ain't going to have it when you're 40. You're going to have those days where you wake up and you're just like, nope, I don't have the energy today. I'm just going to do a 7-hour day today because I've worked hard enough to have the leisure to have a short day whenever I want now later on in life. And so I'm of the opinion that now is like when you get it, how you live it. You work as hard as you can, like towards your middle, late 20s, because you got to goof off in your early 20s. Like when you're an early young adult, like 18 to 25, for me, that was just a big blur of like partying and basically wasting my time and doing nothing productive. And I'm pleased with the way that went down. I'm happy with the way it all played out. I don't have any regrets. But at this point, I'm kind of starting. I got to that point in my life where I'm like, I don't have like anything. And I'm starting to get to the point where all of my friends are starting to have like success. And they're actually like starting to have, you know, leisure. And they're starting to have a little bit of like leeway with regards to the things that they have in life, provide them with extra comfort and stuff like that. I'm like, man, I want to have extra comfort. I want to have like stocks and stuff just in case my life sucks someday and I just can like draw dividends or something. Maybe I should start behaving like an adult. And that's when it all starts. That's when it all starts. All of a sudden, you'll catch yourself doing like 11-hour days at work, taking hella overtime, doing all kinds of crazy shit. You gotta find the balance, though. Gotta find the balance. Like for me, I don't work on Saturdays or Sundays. No matter how many hours I put in Monday to Friday, if I work a 55-hour week, I still take Saturday and Sunday off, no matter what. I try not to work on those weekends, because you gotta have time for family and stuff, too. Like, I got a girlfriend. I have a social life. I got people that I can't let drop off the face of the earth. Our friendship has run far too long, and so I try to hang out with the Fairfield Rotary Club. The Fairfield Rotary Club on weekends. That's my friend group. I don't know anything about cars. For some reason, they let me hang out with them, though. And so I don't really add anything other than laughs to the room. I just hang out with the garage with them while they build stuff and fix things. I asked if they could teach me how to weld and some other stuff, because welding seems like a skill that would be useful to have. One of the guys does SIG, and one of the girls does TIG over there. And so technically, I could learn like everything there is to learn about welding pretty easily just through friend hookups, but just haven't done it yet. Haven't done it. Normally, the Saturday is their day off, so they're not really interested in teaching anybody anything. They're just trying to fix their car and goof around and drink beer in the garage. So I can get down with that. Usually, I make up for my lack of expertise by getting drunk and just being funny for their entertainment. I make you guys laugh while you weld things. This is obviously a super safe decision for you. You probably won't lose a finger, maybe. Let's eat some food. Oh, man, we gotta go back to... I'm gonna let my energy go all the way down before I go back to the store to get more energy drinks. It may be more efficient. We don't have a lot of money right now, though. That's our big limiting thing. We can actually do a movie, but I don't put a lot of faith in the movie. Last time we got our ass kicked, and believe me, that was an ass kicking for where we were in the game. We're generating fame at an okay rate, though. It's not terrible. We could do advertisements and earn like stupid buku bucks if we wanted to. Let's do the movie. We'll go in. We got to fight these pirates again. It might be worth mixing up my rotation a little bit. But we should be able to take them. I mean, I just don't know how they're like. I don't know how they're landing hits on us so consistently. Like, I really want to call shenanigans on that because we have 20 agility right now, and yet they're landing hits on us almost every single swing in between for 10, 15 damage plus, and that's what's actually making this entire situation unsustainable. We got plenty of, I mean, we got everything left right now, so we might as well go all in. I do think we should probably bring our strength up a little bit. The knockouts that we're getting are not super satisfactory. We just got to make it to the 4th fight so that we're generating revenue at all. That's where you break even, and so by the 4th fight we should... I don't think we're going to be able to complete this movie, though. I'm like 80% positive we won't, because all the fights from here on in, as I recall, were all agility. See? Like, with 20, how does he... He's only got 8 agility. How is he hitting us when we have 20 agility and he's got 8 agility? He should never land a hit with that big of a discrepancy. I think they put diminishing returns on some of the later stats as part of the nerf, because I get hit way more nowadays by enemies that have less than half of the stat that I have. There's ultimately... If my character had 8 agility and he had 20 agility, I guarantee you I would never hit him the entire fight. And yet almost every single time, they're landing fat haymakers on me. So I don't trust that. There's something going on here. Like, he's landing a ridiculous amount of blows for having that terrible of stats. We got to do something with our stats here. I don't know. We're already out of the running. It's unfortunate that they've nerfed agility to the point where the agility can't even finish all the movies anymore. An agility build can't finish movies. Because from what I've seen so far, there's no way this build is ever going to finish the movies. Because I know what comes next, and what comes next is definitely going to beat us if this beats us. And what's funny is my strength guy breezed through this with no problem at all. He beat them all like first try, went through all 3 of the movies in a row without any issues. So I don't know. We're going to reflect ourselves to death right here. From his blockage. See, there's no way. And that ability has an 80% chance to hit on top of us having twice as much agility as him. There's shenanigans going on right now. There's definite shenanigans going on. There's fat shenanigans going on. The game's definitely cheating a role in there somewhere. There's ultimately no way they're landing those hits. 0. That's more what I would expect. Maybe he just had a lucky first round, but I get the feeling that just from what I've seen so far, the game is kind of like modding its stats a little bit because they land a lot of hits that they should not be landing. A 60% chance to hit on top of having 8 agility versus somebody with 20. You should never land that hit. That should be one of those things where he landed 2 of them in a row. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know about this. He's missing now, but maybe he just had a lucky first round. Shit if I know. I don't think we're going to finish here, though. This might be it for us. I'm thinking for this character, we might want to focus on raising his daily stats so that he generates his own stuff. Because the championship fights aren't looking that bad. I think we can do the championship fights. It's just these are kind of required in order for you to get to the end of the game. You have to do these fights, and if you don't, there's no real hard way for you to generate a lot of... There's no way to generate a ton of fame, so... Little iffy. Agility's still hanging in there. Not to mention the fights take so much longer. Like, holy shit, like, with my strength character, this entire tournament was over in about 3 minutes. Because either I knocked you out, or you knocked me out, like, instantly. It was kind of crazy like that. This guy is the guy that blocks and reflects, I think. We may want to try and run something a little different on him. I think mimic attacks is the thing that we're missing in our equation right now. And until we get it... I think until we get mimic attacks, it's going to hurt us a lot. How come we have no reflection taking place right now? We should get some reflection taking place. Oh, he's got Exhauster too. Exhauster's rough. Exhauster can be troublesome, especially if they're landing those hits. There's no reflective damage going back in here. Big hit right there with 84 health. Yikes. I think we're going into the next fight even worse off than we were last time. That reflective damage is just eating us. Slowly but surely. Yeah. I don't know if we'll clinch the win right here. He's doing that buggy kick thing again too. It'd be cool if you could train with Chun-Li or something and get like her kicks. I think there's something at the end of the agility tree that we're definitely deficient on. Whew, do we take the next fight? Man. Losing any fight will cause no rewards at all. I'm going to take the prize. Because it's not anything else. I just don't want to risk losing the skill points right now. When we're so far down the end of the tree. Got Ninjutsu Fan. Cobra Strike might help. Kind of get like a damage over time build going. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Can I still train with this guy? Like, can we still spar? Because if we can, this might be a real easy source of some skill points at the end of the game, considering how few we're getting now. I'll try and do this every day, I think, is how frequently you can do this. We may have to come back in here and do this a lot more often. I do think what people have been telling me since... This is the point at which it becomes sustainable to drop 20 bucks every day doing this kind of stuff, though. I may try to upgrade this character's fame over and over and over again and see if maybe that gets us to the point where we can earn enough money and enough fame all by our lonesome. God. Coming at us right now. I don't know if I'll grind that off camera. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. People seem to get kind of soggy with me when I do things off camera. So maybe you want to see the full experience. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I try to check the comments every couple days. Yeah, we got 3 skill points out of there. That's not too terrible. We don't have the cash flow right now. Don't have the cash flow at the moment to stay 100% on our grind. Let me take a look at what we can do with our time here. We get the next rank of show off, but we need 600 fame in order to do the next branded goods, and that'll probably take us up to 40 or 50 a day, which would then make it, and then the one after that will probably do like 100 fame a day, and that in collaboration with some of this other stuff might work for a bit. That, or we could party every couple days, because we're pulling 100 bucks every couple days. And so if we party every few days, we would have enough fame to start putting into here to start raising that up. But you can see what I mean. The end game is definitely grindy as hell. It is no joke grindy. Let's continue. What am I on right now? Jump rope's looking like it's holding. Although not in that sense. Don't ask it for an 8th. What's going on with pull-ups? Pull-ups are ready to go too. It appears as though I've taken some kind of break, and so they're giving me a reprieve. For right now, I'm going to train for a little bit. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Punch Club. I look forward to seeing you all in future episodes. This is going to get a little bit long. It's okay, though, because I think everybody wants to watch it, right? This has been a very in-demand series for me. So I will see you all later. Thank you for watching. Bye, everybody.